Hello, everyone. I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do the Gemini Weekly Tarotscope. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. I kind of feel like for some of you, you might be stepping into abundance in some way, shape, or form. You might be seeing some kind of progression in your love life or bringing in more income or something good is happening for you, but I also feel like it's almost like it's attracting a lot of jealousy and envy from other people. So just be mindful of that. If you're finding that people are being like suddenly super critical of you, or trying to give you advice on what to do with this newfound abundance that you're stepping into, or this new energy that you have in your life, like they're jealous. Don't take advice from jealous people. Don't take advice from people who why can't I not word it? Don't have what you have. Like, don't take relationship advice from somebody who has a shit-ass relationship, right? Don't take financial advice from somebody who can't get their shit together. Just be mindful of the source. And just be mindful, again, that I feel like there is kind of some kind of like jealousy or envy. I guess, like they say, it is, in some weird way, it's a good sign when people start hating on you, I guess, right? It shows that you're doing something good. I wonder if a Gemini can ever reach enlightenment. Enlightenment is rising above thought, free of internal dialogue. I bet that's really hard for a Gemini to do. So, how does a Gemini reach enlightenment? Oh, I got it. Okay. Your mind, being a Gemini, is literally one of the most powerful things you have. You can manifest anything because every single manifestation starts with a thought and it manifests depending on how much focus is put on it, right? And so as a Gemini, you have the tendency to kind of look at both sides, get a bunch of information, compare notes, right? Geminis have a tendency to have the entire story of something figured out in their head before it actually happens in real life, right? Geminis also have a tendency to, have conversations in their head, have arguments in their head, like, you know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing. It's not saying that there's something wrong, but it's saying with that power of the mind, right? If you can shift it to, instead of trying to focus on what is going on or figuring out what is going on, shift your perspective to focusing on and thinking about things that you enjoy. Think about what you're creating. Like, keep your thoughts as beautiful as possible. And when it comes to trying to, if you're dealing with any kind of stress in a relationship, instead of trying to figure it out, try shifting your thoughts to seeing the best possible scenario, looking at the good in a person, like focusing only on the good things, and see how that shifts the energy for you. I also feel like there is a lot of like good things finally manifesting for you right now. And if you look at the things that are finally starting to manifest for you, I guarantee you'll probably realize that the things that are manifesting for you right now are things that you have let go of worrying about over the past 2 weeks to a month. You've got something really beautiful that has begun, or that is growing, or like I said, is manifesting for you. Don't let anybody else get in your head. Don't let yourself get into the, comparing notes in your head. Don't do that. Just try to enjoy the beauty of what you're experiencing right now. It's like, visualize that every single thought that goes into your head, everything that you're speaking, is something that you're planting and is going to happen for you. And as you do that, like, watch how often you're thinking thoughts that you're like, oh my God, I don't want to manifest that. Somebody asked me one time, how do I know if what I'm feeling is an intuitive thought or if it's just wishful thinking? There's no such thing as wishful thinking. If you're thinking a good thought, the possibility is there. You can manifest it. So it's not a question of whether or not something is good for you, or whether or not you're just, wishful thinking or dreaming big. That's a good thing. You're allowed to do that. There's no such thing as getting your hopes up for nothing. And I can feel people yelling at me as I'm saying. All right, let's see. Let's just expand on the message for you this week. What's the energy you're dealing with this week? Yeah, I do feel like there's a lot of people that you're struggling with trusting. And you're very protective of your energy right now. And I feel like you don't really even realize how protective of this energy that you are, to the point that it's not allowing things to come in the way that you would like them to. I do feel for some of you that you do have some sort of either new relationship starting, or a new beginning starting in a relationship, or you're looking to manifest something new within your connections to other people. But I also feel that in that there's part of you that's feeling very protective, feeling very guarded, questioning if you can trust this moving forward. I do feel that there are people that you're needing to step away from right now in order to be able to fully indulge in this new experience, or to experience things to the fullest right now. The best way to really see whether, people are supporting you or not is watch how people show up for you when you're struggling versus how people show up for you when you have something to celebrate. And I'm not saying that, okay, because your instant thought is that the people that show up for you when you're suffering are the people that are supportive of you, but that's not always the case, because sometimes people just like to sit in other people's misery, right? Misery loves company. So sometimes people that always show up when you're going through struggle, sometimes those are the people that are encouraging that struggle without even realizing. So don't just go by who shows up for you and who doesn't show up for you, right? Watch how people act when there's something good going on in your life. that's a telltale sign of how supportive people are. And at the same time, when you're going through a struggle, sometimes people step away because they genuinely don't know how to deal with other people's struggles. I know for me, like, I always hold the mentality that if somebody is telling me something that they're struggling with, I feel like I'm supposed to be giving them advice to fix it. And not everybody wants that, right? Not everybody wants advice. Sometimes people just want to vent. And I really struggle with that. And so I notice with myself, a lot of times I have a tendency to kind of pull back when people are dealing with things that I don't know how to deal with. Because I feel like my presence is just going to be more stressful than anything. So not everybody that pulls away when you're struggling is necessarily pulling away because they just don't want to deal with it. It's like, be mindful of, not only when, but how people show up for you. All right, let's see what else comes up. Whether you realize it or not, whether it seems like it or not, you're definitely in a really good spot. You're definitely on the right path. You're very grounded. I feel like a lot of you are really seeing the value of yourself. And again, some of you are in possession of something of value, or you're starting something of value, or you're seeing more value in yourself. It's like you're in a very abundant energy. There's something going on that you have more abundance right now. But I also feel that with this abundance that you're holding on to, it's bringing up a lot of fears, a lot of insecurities, a lot of what ifs, a lot of regrets from the past. And I definitely feel that there is something that you're needing to step away from in order to really see the potential in this. I feel like you see the potential in what you're starting right now. It's just that I feel like there's a lot of like emotional stuff coming up that you're not really knowing what to do with. me just get a little bit more and see what's going on with this. Yeah, it's like you've manifested something like really good. You've manifested this. You've worked very hard for this. You've taken the action towards this. It's like you're not letting yourself enjoy it. Because it's like this really good, exciting energy, but it's also bringing back a lot of past memories. And I feel like some of these past memories might be kind of heavy. Yeah, it's like there's so much potential. And if it's not something that has actually started, it's something that you're looking at that you want. And you're very grounded in the desire for this. But I feel like there's something practical about this. This is not something that is just like a dream. I feel like this is something in your vicinity. This is something that you are starting. Again, it's something that gives abundance. It's either a new start in a relationship. It's a new relationship starting. It's that you're stepping more into a commitment in a relationship. It might even be that you've started a new job or career that is going to bring in a lot of abundance. But the stage that you're at with it right now, you're at the stage where you're needing to continue to nurture it more, right? And that's about nurturing it with your thoughts. But I feel like your thoughts, a lot of betrayal from the past is coming up. And so it's kind of preventing you from being able to see the potential that's in front of you. Your mind is going to manifest this for you. And your mind is going to determine the speed at which you are going to manifest that which you want. Because you're in the energy of it. You've put it out to the universe. It's been accepted. It's on its way to you. You just are feeling stuck right now because there's a different truth that you're needing to see within yourself. There's something that you need to shift within your own perspective to feel the excitement and the passion for this again. All right, I hope you have a good week. Bye-bye.